Good day. Hope everybody out there is having a good one. It's your first time to the channel. What we do around here is we follow people's suggestions rather than following algorithms. So us to find a whole bunch of more musics and things than we ever would have found any other way. So if I find any music, get inspired from places that you never would have otherwise found, I guarantee we got tons of music that you've never heard of on here, and artists that you didn't know you needed in your life or were going to be your new favorite thing. I guarantee you're going to find something that you never heard of on this channel. Yeah, guaranteed all your money back. And one of the artists that we were introduced to ourselves is The Warning. Now, we have the album Keep Me Fed, and they currently have been releasing some live stuff that we just did one not too long ago, I believe, from the same exact show. But this is The Warning, Black Holes, live at the Pepsi Center. Let's check this out.
Broken bottles, didn't know I had these many scars. I thought I'd won all my different battles, but I'm corrupt, I got nothing left. Spent all my life trying to forget. Ignore your calls, suddenly throw the phone away. Please believe me when I say, don't hold on.
Just so you know, when artists hear crowds singing their music, that's incredible feeling. Itching the feels tonight.
And I know that you try to stay, but my awful ways you'll never overlook. And all the things that hurt me, they got no remedy, and they'll start hurting you too. 'Cause I'm corrupt, I got nothing left. Spent all my life trying to forget. Ignore your calls, I throw the phone away. Please believe me when I say, don't hold on, don't hold on, and don't hold on to me. Don't hold
Such a
on,
talented
don't hold on, I got nothing
This is the drummer.
to give, but I keep on coming, begging for more, and I'm slowly falling, crashing below, and the things I used to hold so close, they burn. And the love that used to shine so bright was shattered like the satellites, and the venom starts to swallow me whole, like black holes, like black
Totally understand why one of my favorites.
Don't hold on, don't hold on. They don't hold on to me. Don't hold on, don't hold on. I got nothing left to give. Don't hold on, don't hold on. I surrender in my
If I'm not mistaken, this is the same show. I believe she was sick.
Don't hold
This is the same one.
on, even black holes alive.
And just killing it.
'Cause I keep on coming, begging for more, and I'm slowly falling, crashing below. And the things I used to hold so close, they burn. And the love that used to shine so bright was shattered like the satellite.
Those used to be Bic lighters, you know. Beautiful song. Look at her. So happy. She's awesome. Come on. how do you not smile looking at that face? She's just an awesome musician all around, and awesome person. I mean, they're all just great people. I've heard so many, positive things, and it's not, usually you either, you don't hear nothing, or if you hear stuff, it's usually like, they are, a horror show behind the scenes. But everything I hear about, the Warning and, the Warning family and all that, it's just, it's a beautiful thing. And they really, I think, kind of set the, set the bar for where, things should be. And I'll tell you what, there's a lot of you drummers out there that think you're pretty awesome, but I don't think that you're power awesome. I mean, no, really, there are some awesome drummers out there that they can play a lot. Like most notably, we have an independent band here. The singer of the Reticent. He could play every instrument. In fact, he's got whole albums that basically he played everything on, and it's just, just great stuff. Yeah, Chris Hancock. He's just a brilliant artist, and yeah, we got a review and links up if you want to go check out the Reticent. I highly suggest checking them out. If you like this music like this in this realm, music that has some heart and soul and all that to it. And that's one thing too. She's such a great songwriter. And it's refreshing to not hear just like it's like we keep hearing like in the pop realms and in the, all these like, things repeated or stuff that it's like, I'm even, picking out songs that I'm like, how much is that doggy in the window, but hip hopified? What is going on? And is this Mr. Sandman? I mean, we do know these melodies have been around for hundreds of years. I mean, it's just, no, some of the stuff is really, gotten stale. And I'd say that's more so a problem of the labels in the States, because the independent realms have really been, holding it up, and from my angle, from what I've seen, have been making the majority of awesome music. And the majority of, the new awesome music that you're getting nowadays is finally coming from some newer bands, because, well, they've rode all their other artists as long as they possibly could. And we are barely, in the mainstream, we barely get, trickled out new artists that aren't just, carbon copies of other artists. And, so yeah, it's also very refreshing that bigger bands, even in, like the Warning status or bigger, can be like, you know what? I don't want to do this signed band thing anymore. I think we could do this on our own. We could cover the costs and all that. And, of course, it's like, when you're a band like Metallica or whatever that owns their own damn record shop and all that, you can, print records on demand, your own records whenever you want. But no, nowadays it's so much easier that once artists have built up such an audience. They don't need, after a while, it's like, okay, thanks for the help, but I'll take it from here. And I would really appreciate more artists, doing that, stepping away or stepping into other contracts that lets them be, because look, man, labels are, they can be, producers on albums can be as bad as producers on movies. We know that you always hear whenever a movie turns out bad, it's like, oh, there was too many producers, too many cooks in the kitchen. The same shit happens with music. And then you get, like your Rick Rubin's or whatever, that, which I personally think, yeah, he's brought a lot into the fold and all that. And, it's probably some stuff that never would have made it, to ears. But at the same time, I think he's kind of overrated these days. And, he's not the Rick Rubin that, we used to know. But at the same time, again, artists being able to carve their own path is a much easier thing. And to see artists like The Warning, coming out, I mean, there's people that have watched these kids grow up. I came in, they were already adults when I came into the thing. I think the basis is still 18 or 19, something like that, but still. I didn't, I saw all that stuff in the past tense. So, for a lot of people, especially, from Mexico and everything, getting to see these girls, get to this level, it's just such an awesome thing. And I'm so, glad to have been introduced to them. And I hope more people, because look, there's a lot of music out there that's just so forgettable. And The Warning is putting out music that it's not, it's not just catchy or just like, radio stuff and, set it and forget it type. Yep. All right. As soon as it plays, as soon as it's done, I forgot that the song even existed. This is, stuff that sticks in your head for a while, marinades in the brain, and makes your day a lot better just for having it in your life. So yeah, I highly suggest, especially, I can personally tell you the album Keep Me Fed, good from beginning to end. There isn't a bad song on that album. There ain't one song on the album I'm like, yeah, skip, no, there's not one. I haven't found a skip song yet. So yeah, if you find one, let me know. I'd like to hear it. I'll probably disagree with you, but still, yeah, awesome stuff. I know that, there's always people out there that, are out there saying nay. But remember, those people are usually in the minority, and there's usually deeper reasons that they don't like music. And there's a lot of trolls out there just looking for traffic. So yeah, don't get sucked into all that, and definitely go listen to the stuff you like. Follow the music that makes you don't let the mainstream just lead you to nowhere, because they will lead you all the way back to 1973. Really, I'm serious. So it's just they're gonna bring you around in a circle where there's a lot of bands you'll find on here that even the bands that we have from here and artists that we have from yesteryear, they are still, you can see, now I see, and this has helped carve the way, and now I see where people have gotten their inspirations and stuff like that. There's a lot to find like that here. So yeah, finding new music and all that is what you're into. I mean, you could have found a worse channel, I guess. So yeah, like, subscribe, all that. Comment a band or an artist, somebody that we should be showing the rest of the peeps, because that's how we found The Warning. Most people were like, hey, you got to check out this band, The Warning, and they were right. And they most usually are. There has been very few bands that have been suggested to me that I'm like, nope, garbage. I'm not going to have this on the channel. Most of that has been just in the AI realms. And I got my own reasons for that. And that's neither here nor there. But we like to stick with the actual living, human breathing artists that are out there sweating and doing the grind and doing all the work and making the awesome music that are, touching hearts, changing minds, and all that good stuff. So yeah, that's what music is all about, and it's about bringing people together. And that's there's all this stuff out there that's dividing everybody. Music is one of the things that brings everybody together. Nobody cares what your politics are. Nobody cares what, color you are. None of that matters when it comes to all mutually agreeing that The Warning is an awesome band. And if you don't think so, we can agree to disagree. But yeah, but you're still wrong. But anyway, yeah, have a good day out there, everybody. I hope I hope you find something new. I hope you take a look around and definitely, like I said, please suggest an artist or somebody that we should be sharing with the class. And yeah, have fun looking around. I guarantee you're gonna find something. Have a good day.